What's going on, my fantastic people of YouTube? This is MK the Truth, DODBENT, and I got a very beautiful pair of shoes for us to look at today. If you guys are new to this channel, please, you gotta come on and join the family. Also connect to that Instagram. It is the Truth MK. Also, ladies and gentlemen, all music is produced by me, DODB, and they will be uploaded on this channel as well. So y'all already know what this is, needs no introduction. I'm not going to do it on foot on this video because I did one prior, I believe. I'm gonna have to check, and I've done this shoe a couple of times already if you were on my other channel. So let's go ahead and get into what we got today. We have the Lost and Found, very beautiful shoe, very nice, and you got the sale sign with the $64. I can't remember if the font is the correct height or spacing. Who cares, man? It's just a box. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into what I got. First things first, people, these videos are for educational purposes only. I repeat, educational purposes only. You can cross-reference with that of what you get from the store or Sneakers app or what have you, and come back to this video, do whatever you want. So, Lost and Found. First things first, the receipt. All right. The receipt still does not have the darker edges like a regular receipt around this. It's still just plain and clean. I think there was something else that may have been a little bit shoddy, but nobody cares about the receipt. Nobody cares about this extra stuff like that. I mean, it's good to have, but I do have to call it what it is. It doesn't have the darker edges around the receipt. Go ahead, put that to the side. You have the paper on the inside. Looks a bit small. You can see the edges there. Normally that happens. Should fill up the entire box, but we'll have to wait and see. Love the newspaper style paper on the inside. And then let's get into this shoe. Now, one of the main things, as I have called out on this shoe prior, is that they was not doing the leather correctly. I told y'all, I can just see this stuff. I can tell. I've been doing this for too long. But anyway, they finally did it. Now, what do I mean? You might be asking. So the leather is supposed to have like this matte finish to it. It's supposed to have like this sort of an aged look. Now, if you look closely, you see you have that sort of a matte look to the leather. I know you guys probably can't tell through camera, but I know exactly what I'm looking for. And when I pulled these out, I was like, they finally did the damn leather right. So let me give you an example. So if you rub like somewhere on the shoe, it should become slightly shiny. Let me see. It's just that type of leather that's matte. And if you keep at this, it should get like real. You see how it's getting real shiny there? So this is how they did it at first, right? Some of them were coming too shiny. That's a little bit too much shine there. And you see how you have that sort of a haze or matte look to it. This is a little bit of a darker red as well. So you see how the light is not really bouncing off that like that, right? You see how the light is just bouncing off of this, and you see that's really doesn't have any light bouncing off that. See, that light comes around even through the back. And I kind of saw that they wasn't doing the leather right on these pairs. Now, it could have been, but they were over treating it with the gloss just a little bit too much. It still feels about the same, but in areas you do have a little bit of matte, but it's just way too glossy, and that's not how it's supposed to look. So what I'm thinking that the effect that they were trying to go for, say if you leave a pair of sneakers in your box for a while, right? As time goes on, the leather will start to look hazy, and I think that's what this leather effect is on this shoe, or this finish, I'm sorry, is on the shoe. Now, once they give you something like this, they're going to take something else away on the shoe. So the Nike check looks good. The Wings logo look good. Up here looks good. Something is taken away, man. I'm gonna tell you. Is that the Nike Air up top? That looks good too. I don't know about the spacing and all that, but that looks good. You got the brown edges sort of representing like that old Jordan look. Is it brown here? Yep. We're looking good. I don't see anything that stands out since they gave me the leather. Maybe it's something with the box. I know that paper doesn't have the darker edges, and this paper is a bit on the short side. So maybe it's just the paper, and the shoe is good. Boom normally knocks it out the park. Boom normally comes with it on the sneakers, and these are finally done right. Anyway, let's check out this other shoe. Let me just see if I can give you guys a good example of what I'm talking about. See, this is, they did it, man. They finally did it. Let me see if I can try to get this shined up a little bit. So this is that type of leather. If you keep at it, yeah, you see how it's getting real shiny right there, and you see how it's matte right here. I'm gonna kind of beat up this shoe a little bit for y'all so you can understand. You see how it's getting shiny up there. I'm not gonna do too much of it, but this is how the leather was supposed to be. You see I rubbed that too much and it got shiny down there, right? And you see the rest of it is matte. But that's what I meant when I said the leather is not done correctly. I know what I be talking about. Some of y'all be laughing at me, don't you? You like, what is he talking about? That leather look fine. No, it's not. This was not the leather that was on the, was it 4 pairs that I did so far? It was not looking like this. But hey, they did it. Look at that. You see that? Let me see if I can do it up here. You see that? Boom. I ain't gonna tear this up, man, because I like the matte look to this. It's gonna, over time, it's gonna start looking glossy, but for the most part, you should have this matte type of leather finish on this shoe, and they did it. Anyway, this is the Air Jordan 1 lost and found. Everything looking good so far from what I can see, aside from the paper, aside from that receipt there. Everything else is looking spot on. Let me know what you guys think about these down below. This is MK the Truth, DODBENT. Hey man, I love y'all. We out.